All right, well, let's get started. Let's go over really quickly what you are going to need. I'm going to show you how to do the pour using a canvas. You can do it on just about any surface. I've done it on a bookshelf before. It really can be done anywhere, on wood, just about anything you like. We are going to be using unicorn spit today. You need a cup to mix the Floetrol and the unicorn spit, so you need a cup for every color that you have. I use a quart mixing cup for the final pour. You need some sort of lubricant, or silicone. 100%. You need 100% silicone. So I use the treadmill belt lubricant. You need Floetrol. You need a straw, and you need a torch. This is my favorite part. All right, I think we're ready to get started. All righty, so we actually went ahead and have everything mixed except for two colors. I used a combination of squirrel and whitening for the sand, and I actually, which is right here, and I actually mixed two colors. So this is what I use for, let me see that. Can you see that? Yeah. So I made this myself using squirrel and whitening to make the sand. So this is the darker color. You want two different colors for the sand. So I went ahead and used some of this in here and added whitening to it to make it a little lighter color to give us that second color. Then we have Navajo Jewel and Blue Thunder along with the Sapphire Swift Sparkling Spit. So it'll add just a little bit of sparkle. You don't have to use that if you don't want to. If you don't want sparkle, I like little touch of sparkle in the water. So now I'm going to show you what I just finished doing so that you can learn as well. We are going to take, this one is Zia Teal Unicorn Spit, and we're going to shake it up. Okay. I'm not pouring, is that showing? Okay. So I'm not pouring a ton in there. Just enough, because we're not going to be doing a lot. So we take some of the spit, straight spit, unicorn spit. We're going to get the Floetrol in here. I don't measure. I just do equal parts, sort of. I just throw it in there. I kind of cook like that too. It all ends up working well at the end. So then we're going to take a little stir stick and stir this up. Get that stirred in really well. So the thing about Floetrol, while it is toning down the color, it will dry clear. So do not let this color fool you. Your piece will dry much darker than what is in your cup. So all these, and you'll want to give them a good stir before you pour them. Now we're going to pour some whitening in here. Again, not a ton. This is going to be used predominantly for the foam. All right. So the other thing that I put in with my white, and my white only, is a little bit of lubricant. Again, I don't measure, so that's about how much I put in there. Just maybe 10 drops. Not very much. And Floetrol. Again, just eyeballing it, half and half. We will add some of this into the water. The silicone helps produce cells. And cells look really cool, which also really helps make the foam so it looks like the beach foam coming up on the shore. Okay. Then there's one product I didn't show you. This is a prototype from Michelle Nicole, who made unicorn spit, which is fantastic. It's non-toxic. I absolutely love it. My kids can use it. Everybody loves it. So this would, I think the equivalent to this in her store right now would be the copper metallic. So I'm going to add some of this to my sand because it is phenomenal. It smells so good. And I'm not adding a ton because we don't need a ton, but it adds a nice touch. All right. Stir that up some, not a ton. All right, just leave that in there. Now, here is a fun part. Well, it's all fun, actually, if you ask me. I'm going to move the colors out of the way because we're about to get messy. You're going to still need your torch. We just aren't there yet. And you're still going to need your straw. Again, we just aren't there yet. We are going to first mix, we're going to start with the dark blue, okay? And I'm just going to pour some in there into my bigger container. I'm not pouring all of it. I poured about half of it. And I'm going to set it back there. So you see, just barely covers the bottom. I don't need a lot because the canvas isn't very big. Then I'm going to go for the next darkest color, give it a quick little stir. Pour some of that in and just let it fall. Okay, again, I only poured about half, a little more than half on this one because I made more for that one. So see, can you get that so they can see down inside of there? You see that? Okay. Now for the Zia teal. Love this color. My daughter's name is Zaya. This is her favorite color because it's close to her name. Okay. Pour that in about half again. Kind of swirling it in there. You can just dump it in there, however you want to do it. Because it's art and it is fun. We are going to put just a small amount of white in. This is the only time I will add white to my beach pour until it's time to do the foam. So, just a touch. We don't want too much white in there for this part. So this is what it looks like right now. Are we able to? There we go. Alrighty. So now we're going to go back and we're going to put the rest of the blue in right on top of that white. Kind of swirl it around just a little bit. Alright. These stir sticks are awesome. They're kebab sticks. We don't eat kebabs very often. We should eat them more often, but I snagged them from the kitchen because they make fantastic stir sticks. Okay, I'm gonna just get down there. I'm really excited to see everyone's beach pours. We're gonna go back to the Navajo Jewel. Stir that up just a little bit. And this time I'm swirling it around when I pour. Do not stir this. Just pour it in. You can, don't stir what's in here. That'll ruin your pour. It'll ruin all of your hard work. And Zia teal. Now each pour comes out different. I'm excited to see what this one will do. This is a fun process. I love getting messy. Okay, so I'm gonna need the white still. We're gonna put these over here. Okay, now we have this pour done. Are we able to see that? All right, good, good, good. And I'm just gonna set that over here and now it's time to make some sand. What I'm going to do is actually pour it into a separate cup with the same process of a little bit of dark. Now this has the metallic in it also. Some dark. Then some light. Not all of it. Then dark again. Feel free to leave questions in the comments section, I will get back to you. I love questions. It's how we learn. I learn from you, you learn from me, we all are learning. Okay, at this point. So we'll get the rest of that light color out. All right, do not stir it. I know it's tempting, don't do it. Just say no to stirring. The sand is ready to go. Now we need to be ready to go. I'm not sure if you can see the line that I drew here. I did so only for a guideline for my ocean. So we're going to do ocean up here, sand down here. It is not going to stay within the boundaries of the line. So just be prepared for that. I'm going to take my ocean, pour, and I am just going to pour it on. I love this. And we're just going to let it go. Let it do what it... Swirlies are good. Just get it. You are about to make a huge mess, so I hope you're prepared to clean it up, but it is so much fun. We want to get all... Okay. Encourage it to flow. I'm going to leave some in here just in case. We might need it in a minute. Look at that. It's already doing really cool things. So we're going to take the canvas and we're going to tilt it. And if you struggle with being messy or wasting product, this is not the art project for you. Look at that. So pretty. So we need it to pour off the edges. It's going to pour some more when we do the sand, so don't get too attached. And you will not be able to see in the camera. I have learned cameras do not do these pours justice. I've seen a number of them done, and they don't do them justice. Okay, this canvas is kind of doing what it wants to do now. We're already getting some cell action going on here, so that's really cool. Let's get the sand on here. So the sand, I'm going to do even, let me switch hands. I'll do more swirly because yeah. Okay. Now, sometimes with this, you got to get dirty. You got to get your hands in it. Oh, look, I got sand up there. That's okay. It'll all work out. Maybe there's a little island up there or something. Oh man, now I'm starting to sound like Bob Ross. Happy little island, happy little beach. So you pick it up. Look at the cells coming up on the ocean. Okay, so I'm not so happy about, there's not enough sand. So I'm gonna help my little art project out here and pour some sand. So pour some more on the edge here. You want all your edges covered. Okay. I'm going to just touch up the edges with my finger. I'm going to pick some up from down here and just dab the edges to encourage it to come down off the sides. And I'm going to pick some up there. So we have a little bit of sand up in here, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it too much. If I really want to fix it, I can pour some more on top and get it to blend a little bit more. I really like those cells though. Look at that. I'll pull the camera off the tripod in a minute and come down closer for you. But let's finish this first. So the brown is covered up a little bit. You know, make up a funny story about why there's brown. because sometimes that's just all you can do. It's kind of like life. Never happens how you think it's going to. Okay, so this is really cool. I am going to... Oh, look at that. That is awesome. Look at that come through. That is fantastic. So what we do here is we take the white, stir it up real quick. Stir it up, stir it up, stir it up. Because you need to get that silicone and the Floetrol mixed again because it's been sitting. Okay. So now it's time to do the foam. This is fun. It can be a little tricky. So we're ready to pour it after stirring it up. And I'm just going to pour it not too heavy. You don't want it too heavy. So it's a little heavy over on the other end, and I'm not really okay with that, but, you know, again, is what it is. Stuff happens, right? That's life. Now, you need your straw, and I need to turn this around for you. Shoot. Let's turn this so that you can see what I'm going to do. Okay. Hopefully I didn't disturb it too much. So you're going to take your straw and you're going to blow air onto the white, and you're blowing towards the beach. So here we go. Okay, so there's water that came up with this beach foam, and yep, you lose some of your sand. If you aren't liking it, let it set for a minute and look at it, and then you can add more white if you want to. Not always a good idea. I'm actually really liking this, even though it has a lot more blue in it than I typically do. It's really pretty. So let me take you guys off the tripod. Okay, so we're going to come in and zoom in, and can you see the cells that have come up here? This is so beautiful, and the foam is getting some good cells as well. Oh, I'm sorry about the focus, guys. Here we go. Unicorn Spit dries pretty chalky, which is really cool. It will dry differently than what it's showing now. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. Please ask any questions in the comments section. After this dries, you're going to want to seal it. Now I use epoxy. I prefer Famo wood. I almost forgot to show you what the torch is for. So I honestly don't really need the torch because I have a lot of cells here. If I didn't have cells, I would want to turn my torch on and torch it. Now, when you're using Unicorn Spit and acrylics, drying it too fast can cause cracking, so you don't want to do that. So I am not going to torch this because I have plenty of cells. I'm super happy with it. Oh, maybe I'm not. I'm not liking the white. So I'm just going to run it over really fast, and it'll help bring out some cells. Yep, here they come. So we're going to seal this with epoxy. I can do a tutorial on that as well if you need that. Just let me know what you guys would like to see more of. Thank you for joining me today. Y'all have a great day.